loud. Thank you. Okay. Tyler, miss him. He must be having internet problems. That's okay. It's the effort. All right, now I can share screen. I want to share that. Share. Do you guys see like the Lutheran World Relief? Do you see the video, Lillian? Nod your head. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna make it big. This is a little info about the kits. Oh, wait a minute. Speedy Gonzalez. I gotta stop because I forgot to push the button of share sound, optimize, share. You know, I always look forward to Wednesdays. It's kind of fun. Get to see you all. So here it is. Ready? Here we go.
Since 1945, volunteers across the U.S. have been making the world a little bit smaller by turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. From your hands to their hearts, people's lives have been touched by LWR quilts and kits in more than 100 countries across the world. Volunteers come in all ages. Each one has their own reasons for why they give. For some, helping to prepare quilts and kits hits close to home. Elsie Stomberg was just a child when she found herself living in a refugee camp in the throes of World War II. It was there that she received a school bag and was finally able to go to school.
What it means to you to go to school for the first time. It opens up a whole new world for you. And to me, education is the #1 priority. I think if you educate people, you hopefully decrease the violence in this world. It's hard for me to talk about it. I get really emotional.
Last year, Elsie and her husband Bob personally made more than 600 backpacks that were filled by donations from other volunteers. To the delight of young school children, some of those bags traveled all the way to the Andean highlands of Peru.
Me llamo Brian Alexis Manosalva Rafael. Yo estoy en 5º grado de primaria. Tengo un mensaje que los útiles escolares nos sirven de mucho, que gracias por lo que nos han dado, porque eso nos sirve a todos, no solo me sirve a mí, le sirve a todos mis compañeros y a todos. La regla sirve para medir, por ejemplo, cuando te dan en matemática para que hagas un cuadrado. Tú con la regla lo mides para que te salga derechito. Si no tienes la regla no te puede salir. Dibujo un dibujo. Como estoy dibujando ahora, necesito para pintar el dibujo para que me salga más bonito. Nada más.
I hope that quilters and kit makers understand with every kit they assemble and every quilt they tie, no matter how significant or insignificant they may feel it is, that they would know that they're part of something so much bigger, and that what they are doing brings value and dignity and life and hope to people all over the world.
Isn't that cool? You guys did that. That's pretty amazing.
Since 1945, LWR has
I'm
been...
going to stop. I got to move my cursor. Which way do I go? I got to stop sharing. So what did you hear in that video? Anything interesting that you found interesting? Chirp, 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 chirp. Anything interesting? You know what I found interesting was that one woman in the beginning, 1945, and she was probably young, and she was in a refugee camp in Germany. That was at the time of World War II. And she didn't have any school supplies. Her whole country was torn apart. And Lutheran World Relief, all the way back then, helped kids in a really hard times to actually find some hope. And it's just those small bags, and you saw those kids And what country was it? Do you guys remember? What country? Peru. Okay. They were kind of, I mean, they were really excited to have these things so that they can go to school. I mean, it's very rural communities in Peru. And I mean, did you see the items that look very familiar, right? So there you go. I mean, it just, you guys did a really big thing, and I hope to, I think I could track the packages and see where they end up. So we'll try and do that time. All right. So today, we are going to learn about the book of Genesis. Genesis. Anybody, what do you remember about the book of Genesis? Nope, they're online. They're online. Oh, that's right. This one, cool. Okay. Anything? Genesis has the creation stories, creation. Genesis has Noah, Adam and Eve, lots of different stories. It really is. What? Kings? Not quite in Genesis yet, but Genesis is very much a basic creation. But I want you guys to wake up. What would help you guys wake up? What? Go what? Going to bed? How about, oh gosh, there's your dad. The other pastor, Smoot. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
You presented and she lost it.
Oh.
Well, so there. Well, she wanted to find the Bible. So there's the Bible. And there's the big Zoom thing. There you go.
All right,
Now
thank
you're
you.
set.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm thinking about you guys here play a rousing game of rock, paper, scissors.
Ooh, rock, paper, scissors, Olympics. I won it. I bet I can win.
Yeah.
I won
So
last time.
there's 6 of you here. Basically, what's gonna go down is whoever wins the one game, like you play a game, and then whoever wins goes to the next person. Actually, you have 3, right? 1, 2, no. 5. You have 5. This doesn't work. You want to be the judge? Okay. So basically 2 teams, we play best out of 3, and then you guys play the winners, and then go with that. So just play it for like 3 minutes. He's gone. He's got confirmation too, right? So what those that are online, do you see this?
No, you did it again.
What?
Oh, that's better.
You don't want to play rock, paper, scissors? Okay, wait,
No.
Lillian, let's do it. Ready? What'd you get? Scissors? Okay, tie. Ready? Here we go. All right, you got 1. All right, best out of 3. Ready? Oh, tie. Ready? What? Next person who gets this wins. Got it? And then you have to play Tyler maybe if you can. Well, you win. Hey Tyler, can you play rock, paper, scissors? What?
I mean, Mom, you can try to present it. I can see what I can do.
Try it. You guys aren't playing rock, paper, scissors? Have you ever played rock, paper? Well, remember when we played rock, paper, scissors and the evolution thing? You start the chicken, rock, paper, scissors. Oh, your camera's broken. Thanks, Tyler. It's okay. All right. Do you remember that? I don't know. All right, do it real quick. Do a round robin of rock, paper, scissors. Go. Stand up on your feet.
Tell me what they're doing.
Rock, paper, scissors. Sounds good. Rock, paper, scissors. Because like there's this online thing. I was gonna share it with you guys.
You can do it, but
All right, ready? Okay. Pick a, we're gonna play the computer. Select rock, paper, or scissors.
let's do rock.
Okay, here we go. Oh, we won. Okay, next one. I'll do paper. Okay, what about next? Hey, Lillian, what are you watching?
Stuff for social studies.
Oh, why don't you stop it for a second?
I'll mute it. Okay, so let's do
Scissors, paper,
scissors. Scissors.
tie. Okay, next one more.
Let's do paper.
Paper? Okay. Ah, one more. Do you feel lucky? Rock, paper, scissors.
Mm,
Do rock.
Okay.
Ah, they won. All right, we're gonna stop sharing. Okay.
Okay, now it's back. Okay.
Too funny.
What do you mean too funny?
funny.
Since Dad forgot to bring my Bible stuff, so I'm going off of his
Oh, that's okay. That happens.
very fancy Bible app.
Oh, is it Bible Works?
No, I'm in Psalms right now. You can do a selective verse and they have all of these stuff. Like say I want to go to, let's go to Genesis. It actually says Gen on there.
Yeah.
You do that. And then you pick the big number, say 20. And then you pick the small number. I'm going to pick 18. And it brings you to that specific thing.
All right, do you see the Genesis window?
Yes, I do.
PowerPoint, fantastic. Are you all ready to study?
No.
Oh, I got an idea for me. I got an idea.
Are we going to Genesis?
Genesis, yeah. Hey, here's the cool thing that Mom does online, Lil. I put the Bible stuff in the PowerPoint because I found that it was really hard. All right, Genesis, and we'll come back right at the end to costumes. Promise you, promise you, promise you. All right, ready? 5, phones down. Promise you, I'll give you time for that because I'm going to be a blessing in disguise. Yeah, there is. Okay, Genesis. So look at that. Okay, so what we have here, remember Hebrew? Modern Hebrew, right on the side of the English. So we're gonna look at, I want you to, if you have a Bible or whatnot, or you could just look on there. Genesis, this comes from chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 27. 26, 27.
I can't go to it because you're presenting. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
There
follow
we
you.
go. So you want me, so should we read it in the English first? Ready? Okay. And God said, God, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and every creeping thing that creepeth, creeps upon the earth. I like the word creepeth. I think about it creepeth often. Yeah. And God created man in his own image. In the image of God, created him, male and. Well, this is English. I'm reading the English first. I can speak. Yo hablo inglés. Wait, I just said I speak English and Spanish. Okay. So God created man, and let me just read verse 27. God created man in his own image. In the image, God created him, male and female created ye them. Okay. So up here. Yomer Alachem Nasha'a Adam Ba Salah Menu Balatem Menu Ha Dem Na Tunu Yo Rodu Badigam Gamat Hayom Be Yof Ha Shemaim Be Ba Behema Bakol Haaretz Bakol Haremesh al Aretz. So here's some things that's pretty cool. Haaretz, it means yes. It reads left to right, correct. So it's not quite upside down backwards, but it does read right to left. I know, right? Right. And I gave you the alphabet so you can practice or whatnot. But where did my, there it is. So and these little dots are the, and the little dashes are the vowels, like A-E-I-O-U. Where did they go? So Haaretz means earth or land, right? That's pretty neat. And then, did you hear me say the word Adam? Adam. And what does that sound very familiar to? Adam. Right, exactly. And that's where how we got the name. But this word Adam, if I looked it up in the Hebrew dictionary, the Aleph, Daleth, and Mem, the word Adam means dirt. Means dirt. It means from the ground. And if we looked into the Genesis, right? God created from the dirt, exactly, right. And so so it's really, I mean, that's where this can get translated to man, but it also can mean person, person, because that's where God created all people, was from the earth. So that's pretty neat. And in verse 1, the other two favorite Hebrew words is tovu va'ovu, which pretty much is like when God created out of nothing. So that's kind of fun. All right, enough Hebrew shmibu. What does it mean when God says, let us make humankind in our image, or man in our image? What do you think? What does God look like? A person. Like who? And yeah, like everybody has some portion of our being, what we look like has, we bear God's image. So none of us are singly like God, but if we put all of humankind together, it would be like God. So we each possess, I mean, in the last verse in 27, God made them male and female. So we all do bear an image. It's kind of neat, I don't know if God has like my hands or anything like that. Oh, I don't know. It'd be neat. How are we made in the image of God, and what characteristics of human beings are God-like? If you looked at yourself, what do you think are God-like? Hmm? Yeah, the way we think. I mean, our brain is pretty neat and powerful. That would be sure. What? What? Below one? Oh, I didn't say it. I didn't. You want me to? Do you really want me to? Later? No. It's pretty much the same. I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot that's the words are different, but very similar. We have Hadam in there, which is the people or the person. Zakar does anyone know somebody named Zachary? I know. Zachary. This is where the name came from. Zakar, Zachariah, means made from God. Zechariah. There you go. All right. Let's tackle another piece of Genesis. This is 28 and 29. Can I have somebody read that here? Amber, why don't you read 28? Go ahead. Dominion. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say common dominion
Mm-hmm.
over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl air of the air, and over every living thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Good job. Go ahead, Nicole.
And God said, behold, I have given you every herb and hill creeping, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree which is to it shall be for food.
Yep. Thank you. This word right here where I'm circling is Elohim, and that is one name for God. Elohim. Jenna. Yeah, it does. It does. And in Genesis 1 and in these verses, we're going to get repetition because these stories were given and passed down. And so there's a lot of repetition so that we remember the stories. We remember them and everything. That's pretty good. Good job seeing that. Okay, let's see. I'll read 30. How about that? And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth, I love that one, upon the earth, wherein there is a living soul, I have given every green herb for food, and it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. Oh man, where's there it is. Hene Tov. Hene Tov. It means it was very good. Tov is good in Hebrew. That's pretty neat. It was very good. And we have the word again, Elohim. Up there. I always like that one. It wasn't just good. It was like, yeah, like the Packers won. I mean, that's like, picture the whole stadium just screaming. That's when God saw what God had made. God went, yeah, probably did a touchdown. Jenna. Yeah. Tov. Yep. Hene Tov. Now we're into chapter 2, and the heaven and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, God finished his work, and when which he made, and rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had made. God slept. Man, do you guys have it like a day off? No? No, do you have a day off? No? That's what I hope. I hope that you guys can come to church and feel like it's a day off. Like, you know, do something, you know, and even if you fell asleep in church, it would be okay. I would still appreciate it. Yes? You know, I would love for you to pay attention, but I do know that it can be really hard. So if you need to stay awake, next time I should bring like Mountain Dew, right? No, I don't like Mountain Dew. You like Mountain Dew? Yeah. I don't like soda so much, but anyway. Did God create soda? What? Ah, that's a good question. What do you think? You said no? But in a sense, though, could that be that in that person, God, well, yeah. But I mean, yeah, usually, I mean, you can go down a rabbit hole. Like, did God create air conditioning? With our thoughts, maybe. Ah, man, deep questions. Okay. All right, one more. And God blessed the seventh day, and he hallowed it because that's when he rested. And his work, which God created, had made. These are the generations of heaven and earth when they created in a day. And the Lord God made earth and heaven. You know what my favorite word for day? Where is it? Where is it? Day. Oh, right here. Yom. Yom. Yom is day, right? And in Hebrew, yam is sea. But if you looked at it, boy, it had to be that little line, then it would be sea. Yom yam, right? Mm-hmm. In modern Hebrew, you don't see any of the lines. It's just the letters. Kind of weird. I tried to read a newspaper and I couldn't. Okay, how do you interact with nature? And you guys online, chat, write in the chat how you interact with nature. Jenna. Good. What do you do? Okay, Jasmine breathes. Jenna goes, you what? Living. I mean, yeah. How do you interact with nature? I don't know. Does anyone garden? Yeah. Cool stuff. Oh, there you go. And Jasmine interacts with nature by putting her head on the table and breathing. Wood. Got it. Got it. Very good. Sit in the hammock. Lillian has a hammock too, and she likes swing. Yes, Amber. I'm moving. Yeah. Yeah. Being outside. If God has given us the world, what are our responsibilities? Because like when you're given a cell phone, right, or something, you're given responsibilities, right? Your parents are on top of you, right? So if God gives us the whole world, what are we responsible for? Taking care of it, yeah. Yeah, as best as we can.
And we aren't doing
I mean, in some ways we're taking care of it, in some ways we're not. Kind of interesting to see how things shift and everything, sure. So we have to take care of it. How are humans used, how have humans used their dominion, which is like rule, over the earth? If God made it good, have we done a good job, or are we right? Yeah, decent job. I don't know. Right. Yeah, some of that. Yeah, wars and stuff. Mhm. Hmm? Yeah. Hmm. Just so you know, I have M&Ms in my office. Maybe. One of them is popcorn flavored. Kind of interesting. Oh yeah, that was good. All right, how about a video? Ready? Hey, Lillian and Tyler, like put in the chat if you can hear it, okay? Here we go. Wait a minute. No, no. There we go. Video. Kaiser. Genesis and you.
Throughout the ages, people have turned to the Bible and to the findings of science to help understand our world. While both have come up with some very different answers, the dialogue between science and Christianity has always been a polite and respectful one. Now, a majority of these minor disagreements center around one particular book of the Bible, the book of Genesis. For example, according to Genesis, people used to live much longer lives. And while the prospect of someone living over 700 might seem physiologically
Sorry.
difficult, Genesis assures us it is true. And there are other curiosities to be found. Consider the story of Noah. Genesis tells us that 2 of every animal were brought on board Noah's Ark. Science tells us that there were over 4 million kinds of species of animals alive during Noah's time. Assuming these animals all average out to about the size of a sheep, the dimensions of Noah's Ark that are cited in the Bible would have been, well, rather inadequate. Oh my goodness! What a beautiful rainbow! The most wondrous event in the book of Genesis is, of course, the creation of the world in 7 days. And yet science presents theories that imply 7 days may be off by a few billion years. Does believing the stories of Genesis mean we have to ignore the findings of science? Does believing various scientific theories mean we have to throw out the Bible? Well, what really matters is that Christianity and science continue to engage in a healthy, productive, and above all, polite conversation about the origins and workings of life on planet Earth.
What? This? I think that was kind of used as like in the old Batman TV show when like somebody threw a punch, it was like pow, bang, biff. I think that's just kind of, that's what it was. Okay. Any questions? Thoughts? Jenna? It's an interesting video series. We're going to get more of those for sure. Sure. Any thoughts or questions? Kind of interesting. How about science? Do you guys like science as like a subject, studying it? What's your favorite thing to learn in science? Jared. What? Plant life? Oh, yeah. Amber? Space? Jenna? What? Oh, those are fascinating, right? You two like science? Genetics? Oh man, that is fascinating, isn't it? Did you anything but atoms? But I was gonna say, isn't like almost everything made out of atoms? You're funny. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna stop share for a second. And I studied psychology in college, and so that was really interesting to kind of like study the brain, and especially with where's God and all of that. That was always fun. It was good. So it's always good to think about like, you know, studying genetics and the awe and wonder and like, where's God in it? Because God's in it, right? Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna go on to our workbook. Yeah, we have homework all the time. Okay, let's turn to our Genesis page. I'm going to share it with you guys now. I just wanted to see Tyler, Block, and Lillian. Let's see if I can do it. Can I show that? Yeah.
What big number in Genesis? I
Well,
was almost about
it's
to
the
do it.
orange book. Do you see the orange book, like the orange slide though?
Yep.
So it's in our orange book, and it's page 1. No. Page 9. 9 and 9. In the beginning, science concerns itself with the things that can be tested and counted, proved and concluded and contained. The Bible concerns itself with a very different set of questions. Both science and the Bible help us discover answers about the world, how it works, and how it's such an awesome place. So let's see. Often science is pitted against some of the stories in the Bible, like the ones we find in Genesis. Since the Bible stories talk about creation and creatures and enormous events, they have been obvious choices for scientific scrutiny. How much, which kind, where, how, all that stuff. What's your favorite question word? So on this page, yes, sir. Really? Is your favorite question? I love it. I love it. Really? Really? Yeah? Really? Like that. Tyler, Jarek's funny. Okay, Amber. Yeah, if you have one on here, circle it. If not, just write it down. What? For right now, we're gonna go through all the pages together as a team. What? Yeah. The book of Genesis is filled with weird, wild stories that don't make much sense when examined through the lens of science. Very true. Very true. I think the story of Noah and the ark are very important. But when we look at like, can the whole world be flooded with water? No, but I mean, we have seen flooding, like really large areas of flood. Jenna. What's that? Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. So the water was just like crazy. Oh my goodness.
And we had our kayak paddles. Just hopped on.
And you kayaked in your pond in your yard. Nice. The confirmation? Anytime.
They say on the schedule we have to go alone.
Sure. But if your mom or dad want to come, we're more than willing to. Okay, let's go into the middle. Nicole and Jasmine are champs because they're already there. Man, okay. Creating order from chaos. God created out of chaos. It was nothing. Genesis invites its readers into an epic story. Oh, I gotta like change the slide for the online people. Sorry guys. Okay, there we go. And offers responses to questions like who and why. Questions science often have a hard time answering. In the beginning, the formless and void. Look at that. It's pretty much what I think of what it is. This not okay. So in that, when you go that in the beginning, what might make you want to scrap a project and start all over? Have you ever scrap a project and start all over?
Yeah, I was thinking of I made this because I have a lot of us.
Oh,
I tried to, because I made this Baymax.
okay.
Little powder pumpkin.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
tried to make a mini hot tub, but it didn't work.
Uh-huh.
I'm just.
Oh, there you go. When something's not right, right? How many of you like doing things are perfectionists? How many of you are perfectionists? Anybody? Like to be done just right? Right, what? Depends on the situation, sure. And what I always thought about that, but then there's this Amish quote is nothing is perfect except God. And so I was like, okay, got it. It may not be perfect, but it's pretty neat. Okay, now in the bottom, who's responsible for all of this? As creator, God is responsible for the foundation and sustaining of the whole world. Created in God's image, humankind has a special responsibility, place, and power in creation. For better or worse, this includes the power to make mistakes. Under each moment of chaos in the graphic, draw a picture of what is going on in the story at that time. What images help you remember the stories? You can use stick figures. What? You can do whatever you can. Yes, Jenna. Need a pencil? I got pencils. That's okay. That's, that's stuff. Like in Genesis 1:1-2, it was dark and there was light. And then in Genesis 6, it was wet because the flood happened. In Genesis 8, verses 1-3, a promise, right? The rainbow. Big tower in Genesis 11. The people wanted to be closer to God, and so they built a tower. Did it work? No. The people scatter in Genesis pretty much after the tower fell. They just moved all over. So it's wet. And then you could in that box, who's in your family? Draw your family with stick figures and how many generations can you show? Can you do stick figures? So there's this, but yeah, there's this little box. You want, well, if you draw humans, you can. I draw stick figures. I'm a really good stick figure drawer. So you're saying stick figures are not figures? What?
It's easier to draw one leg than like two arms, two legs, and a head. That's what my stick makes up my space.
Let's see, wait, annotate. Annotate. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Can I draw? Here we go. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna see if this works. Look. Drawing stick figure. There's me. This is me, everybody. How many generations have you ever talked about generations in your family?
Can I draw on it?
Sure, Lillian and Tyler can draw.
How?
You draw. You go to the top where it says like screen sharing, and you should have a word that says annotate.
I don't see a screen share. I see screen share down here.
Down here, and now if you move your cursor over it, there's a word called annotate. Click on it. Did you find it?
No.
Well, I'll have to show it to you another time. What do you want me to draw, Lil?
Try and draw a house. Complete with a tree.
A house. Ta-da! What? There I go. House with a tree. What? I don't have 2 cats. I have 2 dogs. Well, I did long time ago. They're dead. My cats are dead. They died long time ago. I'll have to show pictures later. But I have a dog who's orange. Legs. All right, let's do that and we'll go on to that. Any questions or thoughts? This is really we're working together, but this is really to help you guys think about what we're studying in Genesis. Okay. Now,
This is going to be for your responsibility. I've looked at everything down about the scraps you've given me.
okay.
About the suit change.
So we have why we learn about God, who God is, and who we are by watching how God acts. Genesis invites us. I'm over here on the top here, including the motivations behind them and the goals towards which they reach. So if all you had to go on were the stories in Genesis, what do you think God wants for the world?
Verify that.
Lily, what are you talking about?
Playing, sorry.
Okay. So if you were to go on what Genesis says, like creation and sleeping, what do you think God wants for the world? Jared, yeah. Thoughts? See, when we look at Genesis, especially in creation, there's order. There's things. God placed things in this world for a reason, for a purpose. And so I look at it and there's like a purpose and an order. And God created morning and evening, right? How many of you are night owls? You like to stay up all night? Really? 8 o'clock? Yeah. I'm what are you? So you guys are late night? Yeah. I'm an early morning person. I like early morning. Neither. You can do both. Yeah. Right? That's about when I wake up, is about 5, but I like that. Yeah. Don't you hate when that happens? It's like really, it's like dark and your body's like, I'm supposed to sleep now, but we have a few more weeks of this and then it might be a little bit lighter, but not by much, because at the end it's going to be darker. Sometimes when it's dark like this, I just want to go to sleep. All right, write down the names of people who have shown you they love you even when you make mistakes. That's the second box. Write down who loves you even though you make mistakes. Lillian, don't you love me even though I make mistakes?
Yes, and also, can you bring me home some of those M&Ms?
Yes, I can, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's popcorn, cookie, crisp, and cookie. But you gotta save a little some if you really want some.
Bring one of each.
One, just one? Okay.
One of each.
Got it.
Wait.
So Lillian, I can write down Lillian. Well,
Here.
I think your dad, I think my husband would love me maybe if, well, sure. Now write down names of people you've kept loving even when they've made mistakes. What? Yeah, we are. No, we're on this page. Right here, we're just in these little boxes. It's not that hard. Promise you. Promise you. I love homework, but I just want you to learn. That's all. It's fun. If you write down one name, I'll be happy. You look so tired today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. I've loved my sister, even though she's made lots of mistakes. She's made lots of mistakes. I've loved
Mom, were
her.
you trying to draw Lucy on there?
Yeah. Doesn't that look like Lucy?
I can see her bobtail, but how many legs does she have?
One.
You're
Only true one. She has
supposed to
one,
give her 4
right? Understand that.
and make the back legs tiny as you move.
Lillian, I still love you even though you make mistakes.
How many mistakes have I made?
Not a whole heck of a lot. No. You did break your tooth at the bottom of a pool though.
That's because I didn't have my glasses, my goggles. And I wouldn't have unless you let me go get my goggles.
Oh. But it's fixed. All right. So midway through a new thing, we're gonna go right down here. Where's my cursor? Right down here. Let's read it. Midway through Genesis, God experiments a shift from a big picture to all management of all creation to the human-sized hopes of a single family. God starts again, this time with a couple of nobodies named Abram and Sarai. Who are those people? Okay. Yes, Abraham and Sarah. Those Abram and Sarai was their names before God gave them the names Abraham and Sarah. And so God decides to move from a general to specific. God's goals for this beloved world remains the same. Good life for all of God's creatures. All family stories include chaos and calm, fight and forgiveness, but God the Creator continues to open ways that lead us to life. Very true. Okay, last page. And this is your homework. It's not, I don't require you to write a whole paragraph yet. You're gonna do option 1. Write your full name, first, middle, and last in the box below. And then see how many other words or phrases you can make using only letters in your name. And try the same thing with another name. So that's what I want you to do, okay? First, middle. I have to make Lillian's middle name legal. So you can do that. We do have like 2 minutes of our timer, so you can start it or else just show it to me. Pretty much walk in and show it to me next week. How do you, your middle name? Lyn? Lynn? I don't know. You're gonna show it to me now? Good job. Way to go. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. You all, my day is made even better because you made it here. Next week we meet same time. So keep doing worship stuff. Show up to worship. And you can share me what you are. Got it, Lil? Got it, Tyler? Thank you guys for showing up online. I'm gonna end it, okay? Yeah. Yes, you did it. Good job.
There. I don't want to go back home.
What?